So this is part two. Before we pull cards, I'm going to talk about a line in a song that's really relevant. So the song is called The Girl I Was, and it's more about a feminine singing about themselves. And really, and I know I talked about this, I think it was a couple readings ago, because it popped up right after I downloaded the song on my Me Plus All Your Reasons reading. So it is about essentially somebody like discovering who they were before heartbreak and feeling more like themselves. But what my mind is doing is changing the lyrics. So it's changing it to, I can't believe I ever thought that she wasn't good enough. I'm getting back to the girl I love. So it's giving me the indication that somebody is having a realization about somebody that they may have put their ego in front of when it came to going towards them. Possibly thinking they weren't good enough for them. I'm really not sure. I feel like there's a really big ego death in this energy. The other things that are relevant are the color white is really important, which gives me the indication that there is a purification process happening, which would make sense with the line of that song. The other thing that I forgot to mention is at the basement of this place, there was also a ring store, like an engagement wedding ring store. So that may be relevant, which brings me to the song This Ring by Julia Cook, I think is her name. But it's the part where it says, there's no way to know. Yeah, that's the thing. Till I change my last name or take off this ring. So I'm getting the indication that somebody may have a hard time releasing something that they know that they need to let go of. And that song always gives me, like, what it makes me process every time is the times that I had a hard time letting go of somebody that I knew wasn't for me. And it was always because I was afraid that they were going to be somebody else for somebody else. Like, I did all this work in order to build them to be this person for somebody else, okay? Which, if that happens, wonderful. You did your job. You helped that person grow. You should always hope for people to grow and be a better person, okay? All that does by having that mindset as well as releasing them is open up room for things to come to you, for the right person and energy and things that are meant for you to come into your life, okay? But it's easier said than done because you want this thing so bad, but your ego is what's holding on to that, okay? So again, there's something about an ego death and being able to release a lot of things, letting go of a lot of hurt and anger, okay? The other thing is I started watching Grey's Anatomy again, which I know for myself, the reason that I rewatch that show is typically when I need like a good cry, okay? So I'll rewatch movies or shows that I know will give me that have a lot of like sad episodes because I struggle with being able to do that on my own with the way that I was raised and the way I deal with emotions. So somebody really may need to release a lot of pain and sorrow is the way that I'm hearing it. And you may be feeling it in your back because my back just like tensed up like crazy. So a lot of times when or where sadness and anger are stored in your body is up here. So if you have tight shoulders, it's because you're not releasing a lot of that. So somebody may need some type of show or movie if you're not able to naturally do it, finding something that will help you do that and help you process things without you having to actually put yourself in the position of processing it, okay? The other thing is hawks are really important. I put that in my notes, and then the crazy thing happened where I went to my parents to let my dog out, and the hawk that chills in our backyard because he likes our backyard flew off, got scared by me opening the door. So they are important, as well as roosters might be important. I saw the prettiest rooster when I went to go visit my place, 444 on my clock. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Switch by Black, and we're going to see kind of what's going on. I can't remember if I mentioned it already, But essentially what I'm getting from that song is somebody tried to like switch places with somebody, swap destinies, whatever it is in this scenario, and it wasn't what they thought it was. It's like they were trying to be this other person, but the universe was almost punishing them for trying to take that story. And they were like, okay, well then you're going to be put through these scenarios as well. And this person could not handle it, because I kept hearing the main part where it's like, now switch. It wasn't what you thought it was, not your story to tell. So yeah, I just feel like they were pretending to be somebody else, and they're just finding out that like they're not cut out for that. I will go ahead and play that song and we'll do the thing. Somebody doesn't want to be seen. They're like in the light and they don't want to be seen. Again, I feel like what they're showing me is that moment with the woman that wouldn't stop asking me questions. So I just feel like a lot of people are pulling on this person's energy or your energy, and you're not enjoying it. All right. Somebody might be in the spotlight and they don't want to be seen right now. And again, they're showing me that woman that like kept questioning me in my dream. It just felt, I don't know how to explain it, but she felt very out of place. So it was almost like somebody entering into my dream space that wasn't supposed to be there. Because even the girls that I was trying to ask a question to, they were kind of just like looking at her like, why do you want to know? Like, it was such a nosy woman, whoever she was. Now switch. What they're also showing me is that bridge that collapsed this morning. So I feel like there was a big disruption in whoever you are with this person and your communication. Like you having to rebuild a bridge when it comes to communicating with each other. Well. We got the tree here. There's something about lineage that's really important, as well as you, like myself, could really be focused on your health right now. Also, you guys have a very grounding energy. You and this person. I feel like you both ground each other in very significant ways. I meant to say, there was also in the stream, see, the reason I didn't talk about this is because they want me to go through the rooms as I'm talking about this. So the other room that I'll talk about before we switch over to the next part, it was it was almost an empty like gym, and it was a basketball court, but there were mirrors all over it. And I had asked, is there any way that you can use this room as like a dance practice room? Because I was a dancer for most of my life. So, and the person was like, that's only for basketball. But I was like really determined to start like ballet again. And the fact that like this is here right now, that's really funny. She's got, the clouds are making like a tutu around her is what I want to say, but like a skirt around her. Again, though, something about communication is really important. Go ahead and go to the next part.